Wendy, I'm gonna have to pull your card a little bit today, sister. Because as far as Karen is concerned, I don't know why you sitting up here acting like you didn't know that fat meat was greasy. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Bonnie Scotch. Thank you so much for tuning into my video today. I wanted to bring you a review for Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 9, part 1 of the reunion, and I have to say I thought that this was a great start. Let's just go ahead and get into it. I did cover the looks a couple weeks ago. I did a live, like an open panel, so if you want to check that out, go ahead and check that out. Now I've made a few revisions because while these ladies are sitting down, everything does look different. Mia, that makeup is horrible. Whoever did glam for you, they did the right thing. They did right by you because they made you look like a clown. It gave it gave Barnum and Bailey. Okay, Kiarna and Wendy with the cleavage pushed up into the neck. Oh, the thing is, when your breasts don't fit in your dress doesn't fit. It's not a fit. So Ashley, that hair was too wispy. That hair was very wispy. Stacy, ooh, that wig is wiggy. Wiggy. Jazzy and Wendy, I shouldn't be able to see your lace. I don't want to see that. I feel like y'all have too much money. This one is engaged to an NFL player. This one is a doctor, married to a lawyer. There's no excuse. Y'all are not everyday run-of-the-mill girls. Like, what's going on with glam? So we start this episode with Karen. She is in rehab. You know, she has on like a fuzzy hat. She doesn't have on any makeup at this time. She's looking a little haggard, a little bit raggedy. She was found guilty on 7 out of 8 charges. She says that she accepts responsibility. Oh, now you accept responsibility. Now that the footage of you cutting up on the body cam is out. Now, meanwhile, all season it was, oh, I will be vindicated. And, you know, it's not true. I'm not a drunk and I'm not sobriety. I'm only sobriety around these girls. Which doesn't even make sense because who talks like that? But anyway, she said, I don't care about me. I care about my children and my family. You don't care about anybody, especially not your family and especially not yourself, because if you cared, you wouldn't be getting behind the wheel drunk. She says, I'm not an alcoholic. The thing is, Karen, it doesn't matter whether or not you're an alcoholic. I don't think that truly that is an issue here. I think that that may be true of you, but the bigger issue here is you have an issue with discernment. You don't know that it's not okay to get behind the wheel drunk 3 and 4 and 5 times, allegedly. Because apparently this is not your first, second, or third DUI. This is what the streets are saying. So you have an issue with discernment. You have an issue with common sense. Then she says to my young fans out there, do not as I say, but as I do. Karen, don't piss me off. So we have Kiarna going around from room to room. It seems as though they're trying to figure out if Karen is coming. Wendy decides that she wants to call Karen, and then she wants to sit up there and act shocked that Karen sent her the voicemail. Girl, she doesn't like you. So why are you sitting here acting shocked and exasperated that the lady didn't pick up your call? Like, you confronted her about talking shit about you in the season finale. Have y'all spoken since then? Has she apologized? Has she even acknowledged the things that she said to you? So why do you expect that she's going to pick up your phone call? I just want Wendy to be serious for a moment and stop being so performative. I understand that Wendy has had a hard go at it in this group. I get it. But I think the larger issue here is that these women have shown you, they have given you their ass to kiss time and time again, and you still run up behind them. It's not a friendship, it's an alliance. Karen broke your alliance, and I understand you being upset about that, but she was not a friend to you, girl. She really was not. I understand she reached out to you whenever you know, you and Mia were getting into it about Mia speaking ill about your mother. She did one nice thing for you. She looked out for you one time. That does not a friendship make, Wendy. And I'm not going to let Wendy get me worked up, because it's just like, my thing is with Wendy, you had Ashley last year getting between you and NECA for no reason with this Osu business. She went and stirred up all that drama. You still ran up behind Ashley. Of course, you were running behind Giselle after all of these years. Karen, talking about how you slither like a snake. You don't fit the aesthetic of the group. You're self-absorbed. And listen, Wendy may be self-absorbed, but who of us can say that we're not? Many of us are self-absorbed, self-involved. You know what I'm saying? And then add reality TV to the mix. Add being like a TV persona. Of course you're going to be self-absorbed. So I'm just like, why would she even... Karen strikes me as the most self-absorbed person. So it's just like a wild projection. I just feel like you're being a little bit performative about this, Wendy, because you knew from the giddy up that this lady didn't like you. So I don't know. I need you to stop. Karen never liked you, girl. Now, Giselle got first seat, which she absolutely did not deserve. Mia also got first seat. Mia deserves it because it was a season of clownery for her, a season of shenanigans, and she is going to be held to the fire, obviously. So they learned that Karen is going to rehab when they go out to sit with Andy. Wendy is saying that, you know, is she trying to lessen her sentence or because it was the right thing to do? And Stacy's like, oh, let's be supportive of her and positive. Stacy, shut up, girl. Like, people have valid criticisms of the way Karen was carrying on. And Karen dragged you in the season finale. So why are you sticking up for her? This is my issue with y'all. Y'all let these girls drag you and then you want to like run out of your way to go and stick out your neck to take up for them. It does not make sense. Let people speak their opinion on what is going on without you feeling like, oh, I need to be the positivity police. I hate people like that. Listen, this world is made up of opposites, okay? We got moon and we got the sun. We got heaven and we got hell. We got the devil and we got the angel. You know what I'm saying? Everything is made up of opposites. You're not always going to get positivity in every scenario. Some things require you being real about a situation, asking real questions, and sometimes it's not pleasant, but that doesn't make it automatically negative. You understand what I'm saying? Good vibes only, positive vibes only. You know, love and light, everything. Those types of people really piss me off. Love and light is not going to be appropriate for every situation. It's not always about love and light. Sometimes it's about fire and brimstone. Hello? Get into it. So then we get a video of Karen. She's sitting pretty in a white knit dress. Now, she is wanting to thank the people who touched her heart during this tough time for her. The first person that she thanked was Giselle, of course. That came as no surprise. The second person she thanked was Kiarna, which I saw coming. Now, what I did not see coming was that she was going to thank Jazzy next. And then Candace Dillard Bassett, who's not even on the show, but apparently has been showing up for, you know, for Karen to support her. Mind you, remember when Karen tried to get Candace fired, when Candace told her to go to hell? Anyway. Lastly, she thanks Andy Cohen. Now, obviously, she went out of her way to thank all of these people and not Wendy. That was another dig, Wendy. That was another dig at you. And that should let you know where you stand with her. It was obviously very intentional. She wanted to make you feel some type of way. And I pray that this is a lesson to you, Wendy. I really, really do. Because you didn't seem to learn your lesson with Ashley when she went stirring up that Osu business between you and NECA. You didn't seem to learn your lesson when Mia threw a drink in your face and slapped you in your face with her pocketbook. You didn't learn your lesson when Karen was talking about you were a snake slithering around and you don't fit the aesthetic of the group and all this shit. You didn't learn any of those lessons. You still ran up behind just look, I ain't got time, child. Do what you want to do, Wendy. Wendy said that's not my friend. And then you got Kiarna and Ashley being like, oh, wow. What is wrong with y'all? Karen sat up there and talked shit and y'all knew that she talked shit and now it's oh, wow, because Wendy is saying that she doesn't want to be friends with her anymore. What is wrong with y'all? See, I've been trying not to bring this up, but this is how colorism works too. Because you got the light-skinned woman saying whatever she wants to about the darker lady, and everybody brushes it off and assumes that it's true, and they know that it's true. And then Wendy rightfully responds and says, you know, I'm not friends with her anymore. That's not my friend. And it's like, oh my God, really, Wendy? How come the light-skinned women are allowed to act and say and do and act in whatever ways they want, and then when the darker person rightfully responds, it's like, I agree with the listener question that Karen should go to jail, and anybody who drunk drives should go to jail as well, so that they can understand the weight of what they did. You know how many people have lost their lives to drunk drivers? People don't just lose their lives, right? It's not just as simple as somebody died. That person was a mother, a grandmother, a sister, a brother, a father, a friend. That person had hopes, they had dreams, they had visions, they had a future that they imagined. All of these people who have lost their lives to drunk drivers, they mean something, they meant something to the community that they belong to, even though they didn't mean anything to your stupid drunk ass when you got behind the wheel. So now Andy is asking Wendy, how is Eddie's business going? Wendy says that it is doing really well. Stacy says that Eddie has a great product and that, you know, he's going to have a lot of success. Giselle tells Stacy, well, I heard that you were going to launch a Happy Stacy line. Is that true? And Stacy says, absolutely not. But the look on Stacy's face, it was the look of somebody who got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. She looked guilty. She didn't look as though she was telling the truth. And Giselle does lie, but I don't believe that she was lying about this. So I'm just like, what gives with that? Now, Stacy, did you start a business and we're going to see a business launch of like an edible line? That's, yeah. We also learned that Wendy has bonuses set up for her children's trust fund. So if they learn Igbo, they get a certain amount of money. They get that bonus. If they get their masters, they get a bonus. If her daughter joins a sorority, she gets a bonus. So I think that that's a great system. Shout out to Wendy for that. So they already have some money set up, but it's incentivized. It's going to push them to want to achieve more. And I like the bit about Igbo, especially because being culturally aware is so, so very important. Andy is asking Wendy, does she regret inviting Karen to the White House? And she says yes. And Kiana is like, oh, come on. Like, shut up. Kiana was pissing me off this episode. Like, why does everybody have to owe Karen all of this loyalty, even though Karen is clearly doing these girls wrong? Get a grip. I need y'all to get a grip. You and Ashley and everybody else who was on that couch. Getting on my nerves with this shit for real. Kiana made a great point, however, about Stacy only bringing up this information to Wendy when she and Wendy got into it. When Karen and Wendy got into it, that is. My best friend also brought up this point. She was like, why is it that Stacy didn't go to Wendy first? She went to all of the women before she went to Wendy. And I agree. You waited until Mad Day to say something, so you can't necessarily be trusted in this scenario either, Stacy. Wendy says that Karen warned me against Stacy as well. She told me she's a very smart woman. She's very educated. Giselle said, is she? Wow. Now, Giselle definitely picks and chooses who she wants to go after, and it tends to be the darker women. But let y'all tell it, Giselle is not colorist, okay? Wendy tells Kay that if Karen feels as though she can mother you, she likes you. She says it would be smart of you to really just watch yourself with Karen, and I agree. You can't see that Karen does everybody dirty and then think that you're not next. So they cut for break, and they come back with Jazzy. Now, she is having a summer wedding, apparently, to this gremlin. She brought one of her invitations with her. The question of whether or not Jazzy is a side chick came up again. She's stuttering, sounding crazy. She's always willing to sound crazy about this gremlin. Every time she explains the situation, it sounds more and more ridiculous. So either it is that he lied to you about what was happening and you were just okay with it, or you knew that the lady was pregnant and with him and you were okay with it. Either way, It gives that. So then Andy starts talking about G&A, which to my understanding, people have gone to the site. There's no link to donate. There's no fashions, okay? Mia is asking Giselle, well, what's next for G&A? And Giselle said, we'll see, but you're not invited.
You ain't in the circle. No, you not. You are out the circle.
Now, you can tell that was a get back for what Mia said about her daughters, and she did deserve that, and you could tell that Mia was feeling crunchy. Andy is asking Ashley, what do you think I'm going to ask you next? And Ashley's like, oh, about Josh? Why would he be asking you about Josh? She is getting child support and not alimony. Of course, she signed a prenup and a postnup. Stupid girl. Stupid. Ashley is like, before you go, Jazzy, can you please tell us a story about what happened with you and Mia in Miami? So then Stacy's like, oh, we're going to talk about Miami. And they're like, yeah, y'all need to talk about Miami. Jazzy says that Mia invited both her and Stacy to Miami, and they did not see her on that Miami trip. She ghosted them. Mia says that she did not know that the ladies were coming to town, and Stacy shows the text where Mia is basically saying, oh, I can't wait to see you ladies. See you all in a bit. So she pulled out the receipts and debunked Mia's lie once again.
Lies, lies, and more lies, and lies on top of lies.
She starts crying. Wendy calls out the fact that she does this to seek sympathy, because this whole time she wanted to pretend that she didn't get the text that Stacy was there, and then she responded to it a whole day later. Now, Mia says that she's not in a good space to be a friend. She was going through a lot. Can't be a good friend right now. Mia, I just think you're full of shit. Apparently, Jacqueline revealed that what was actually happening was that she was being pressed about ink. So I can see that being a thing. Mia is upset because it has occurred to her that she's the odd man out at this point. So she goes into Stacy's room and Jazzy's room. So Mia is saying to Stacy and Jazzy, I love and care about both of you ladies. And Stacy is like, well, why did you ghost us? Mia says, I don't have the capacity to be a good friend right now. And she starts crying again. Stacy is like, well, I feel like you're crying now because we're calling you out. You didn't even say anything to us until we got back to DC. It just doesn't feel genuine. I'm sorry. I was really happy to see these ladies shut Mia down. I've clocked this throughout the season. Whenever Mia feels cornered, whenever somebody is calling her out, Mia is back in her white woman bag, you know, pulling out tears. I really did enjoy this first part of the reunion. I'm very much looking forward to parts 2 and 3. And yeah, that was the episode, y'all. Go ahead and hit the like button for me on the way out. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you know when I'm posting. And I'll see y'all for the next one. Peace.
Come on. It's me, Al Grande. Or call me Papi Chulito. Yo tengo mucho loving for you mommies if you legal. For honeys, nothing equal to the way I tap that spot. Get your cat hot. Guess what? You hit the jackpot. Candlelight dinners for you winners. See, I'm like Don Juan. Beat me, sweetie. I get in ya. Sugar, I'ma put you in a beautiful